The other day, I heard my kids talking the other day, and my daughter Sabrina was telling my son James that how he's not driving yet, or he really doesn't have his license yet. And she goes, "Well, at your age, I was already driving it because I already drove to school, and I already had my license." And I told her, "Well, at your age, I lived in a different city. I was living on my own. Well, my wife had my own house, apartment really. And also that, I had 2 kids under 4. And where are you at?" And of course he says, "Oh no, I'm not talking about that," or "Just be quiet," or something. But isn't how that's funny how at their age, what you were doing at each one. Like I know when I was 18, what I was doing, when she's 27, what I was doing. But they're not at where I am at that age.
Well, it's generational, and we, as our generation, we did struggle a little bit. We had a little bit of technology, but our parents even struggled even more. So I believe we are making it much easier for our children to maybe accomplish the things that we want them to accomplish, but we're also maybe hindering them in the process as well.
So what do you got to add, Carlos?
To what we were talking about, you were expected to get the hell out of the house by 18 or whatever, or by 12 or by 13,
To get out of the house?
Well, not to get out of the house, but to be
To start doing something.
helpful
To start
to the
being
household. Yeah.
Right.
Like me, I started driving at 12. I started driving my grandpa to go get feed for the cattle and everything.
Was this in Texas?
No, this was in Mexico.
Oh, okay, Mexico. Okay.
Yeah, when I was over there. And I was 12 years old and driving my grandpa because he never learned how to drive. He was 87 and he never learned.
Wow.
So, yeah, I started young, I started working young and I moved to another country when I was 17.
But did your parents go with you?
No.
So it was just you?
By myself. I did move to my uncle's house and I stayed there for a while until I joined the military.
But what about 17? Didn't you have to go to school?
Yeah, but I was late 17. So when I got here, I was too old to try to get to high school. So I ended up not going to high school, started work, whatever, and then I ended up getting my GED.
Oh, okay. Eventually. So then I wonder if my son, who's 18, could go to Mexico on his own over there and start
even with a
working
family member. With a family member.
With a family member.
Or something.
I don't think he would do that.
Yeah, highly doubt
I don't
it.
think he would want to do it either. He'll like, nope, not going.
I got it too easy right here.
Yeah, he's shaking his head right now. No. But I know Sandra was saying about how we kind of made it easy for them, right? We made it easy for them for the way they are. But at the same time, it's like, don't they need to help out too at the same time?
Well, every generation helps their kids the way they know how. Our parents did as best as they could. We are doing what we think is best for our children. And, looking back, maybe we did hinder them in doing so much. I know it depends on the way you grew up. At 18, I left my parents' home. I went to UTSA. I moved out. So my daughter, when she graduated, she wanted to go to out of city college and university, and that's where she did. She went. So it depends on what kind of children you're raising, what is their personality. Do they have that determination to get out and explore the world, or do they not? And it all factors in on how we treated them.
So my kids are lazy.
I'm not saying that.
So you're saying I didn't raise my kids right.
So what is a good age to get out of your parents? 35?
I'm just saying. I don't know. I was out.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Because I was out at 18, so I don't know what it was, to stay there past a certain age.
Why were you out there at 18, but your kids aren't?
My son, actually, these are all circumstances, right? My son was out of the house at 18 because he chose to go take care of his grandmother who was not the best health. So he was her.
So you did a better job with your son.
No, my daughter did leave after she graduated. She went to Texas State and she stayed there for a couple of years, and she transferred back to UTSA for her degree plan. So she's now back at home, but she left as well. So I feel I did the best that I could, and they were both independent to a certain point. One, took care of his grandmother and had to become a lot independent by taking on that responsibility. My daughter, she was innately that way. She's a lot like me. So, but again,
But why did you move out?
because I didn't want to be under my parents' rule.
Why?
I wanted to be independent. My dad raised me that way.
You want to do partying. You wanted to do stuff.
No, I was not a partier. I wanted just to live my life the way I wanted to live my life without people telling me what to do.
Did you move on your own, or did you move with somebody, a roommate, or something?
I had roommates. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my
Okay.
cousin was one of them at one point. But yeah, I did. Also, I actually, yes, and I was in a relationship out of high school too. So for about 7 years. So I lived with that person. That person I lived together. I remember now, Michael. Oh, yes. But after that,
I miss him.
yeah, after that, I still stayed
He
on
was
my.
the best. You messed up.
I did mess up. That was my.
The one that got away.
Well, I mean, not really. Like, it just, look, things happen for a reason. My mental health, I wasn't aware of my mental health at that moment. And
So
I
you were
had to-
the problem.
Yes, well, we're both the problem, but I believe I was more the problem. Because
Oh, he told me you were the problem. I'm just kidding.
what side are you on, motherfucker? Anyway. But so it just depends on how we raise our children and how we were raised, I mean.
But what about just simple pickups? Just pick up around the house. Like my daughter, she's supposed to sweep and mop. But what she did, she threw money on it. So she bought a robot vacuum. The Roomba that just vacuums everywhere. It's actually, she saw
Sweeps,
yours.
yeah.
And whatever, yours, and then boom, she got the same one or something. And got that Roomba vacuum.
Do you have a dog?
Yes.
So maybe that's why she thought logically. So she doesn't do anything else?
Well, she was supposed to be washing dishes. So she threw money at that too. She bought a dishwasher.
But you still have to rinse dishes and put them in the dishwasher and load
So
them.
they're working smarter, not harder?
Well,
And that's
okay.
true. I mean,
what about the mopping? She used to get these Swiffers.
There's a new Roomba that actually sweeps and mops.
Well, she's gonna have to get that one.
Look, I don't think that'll work. They're
They don't get the corners.
yeah. I mean, but yeah, no.
They don't get corners, and then if it's too small, they don't get in there. So I mean, so she's throwing money, but she still has to do something.
There's some effort. Maybe she doesn't work like you said. They're working smarter, not harder, not the way. Okay, what's your vision of cleaning and what is their vision of clean? That's what it comes down to. Their standards, right? Like I don't do the baseboards in my house, and I'm pretty sure they're probably all filthy.
I did.
But you did, because your mother.
Yeah,
I want to
know.
tell you why they're trying to work smarter and this and that and doing their own things, because they didn't beat the shit out of them like they did to us. They tell you to go clean that up. You're gonna go clean it.
Because there's
Or-
consequences and
yes.
repercussions. I didn't get hit. Well, maybe I don't remember getting hit. I got chanclas thrown at me, ricocheting off the middle, the thing. But all my dad had to do, I grew up with a man that clearly wanted boys and had only girls.
Clearly wanted boy.
And everybody else
So
had
you
boys.
messed up again
No,
by being born.
Yes.
And so all he had to do was yell at me. I didn't do drugs in high school. I didn't drink. I was the DD. Like, I was the good one. And plus,
But now you do the drug.
I had all my cousins around me at all times of my life. So there was really not a whole lot of movement unless, I wanted to get told on, So
So who would knock on you? Your sister?
she was 7 years later, and I didn't even grow up with her like in middle school or high school. I was already gone.
Oh wow, you didn't even love her? Spend time with her?
Really? I loved my dark Asian sister.
You're like Brianna calls Sabrina that too, the Asian sister.
Hey, because she's way darker than I am. I mean, that girl, she gets James dark.
James Dark.
Yeah, I don't get that shade.
That's racist.
No, it's not.
So Carlos, with you and your son, compare what you did at his age to what he's doing at his age. Is there a comparison, or is there like
Zero comparison.
zero comparison?
There's nothing
Well,
to do
he's
with
not
me.
running a bar.
No, he's not
Didn't
running
you
no
own a
bars.
bar or run a bar?
He's not going and working in the fields and in the country, trying to round up cattle and the horses or anything like that. None of that.
Well, I
Well, he
didn't
has
do that
that
either.
opportunity. You can't do that here. Is there a ranch you can
There's
send him
some
to?
ranches out there in Alamo Ranch.
I don't want him to do it ranch. I'm just saying it was different.
yeah.
I was in that type of environment. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I was
So what would
working
be
hard,
synonymous now that you have him in your influence? You can influence somehow. What would be something now that you can try to help him get a little tougher skin or get like
I
what?
have
Like what?
a lot of things, and
It's a podcast. You gotta sing yourself.
the only thing that he says is I'm stupid. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about.
That you're stupid?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, why does he say you're stupid?
Because I don't know what I'm talking about. He's got his own ideas. He's got his own, and it's good. You know.
So he's strong-willed.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. So what is his idea of like getting successful in his life?
I mean, it's not bad, but he's not doing anything to do to actually achieve it.
Oh, so he has a plan.
He's got the plan, and he's got this, and I'm gonna open a business, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, but
he's not working toward
he
it.
comes home with like $500 shoes, $300 bottles of perfume. I'm like, that's not how you're gonna achieve.
Wait, okay,
you know?
so he's coming home with this expensive stuff, and he doesn't pay rent?
Nope. Bought a bottle of perfume that smelled really good, and I'm like, $150. I'm like, damn. Cologne.
Thank you.
Cologne.
I was just gonna say, why are you wearing perfume?
Because I'm French. I'm perfume. So, vous voulez parler français? No? Okay.
That was not even
So,
Something about my Willie.
on Dulce.
so I'm over here, you know, trying to show off. Look at this. But this.
He's over there. This was
$150.
$300.
Yes, exactly. He came out and he's like, oh yeah, look, check this out. This is $300.
You're like,
I was like, okay.
and how much rent does he pay?
Like this.
$0.
So he's got a lot
That's
of
why
money.
he's able to do that.
Okay, well,
I wasn't able to do that.
so you're the
I'm
influence.
still not able. I pay child support.
How many years is it going on?
Well, I pay child support for him throughout his whole life, and now I got another 5-year-old
So
that I'm paying child that I just started. Reset it. I resetted it.
So you're what, 22 years straight child support or 21?
Probably, yeah.
Damn. So how old were you when you be done with child support?
50 something.
50 something.
How old are you now?
Huh?
How old are you now?
46, 45 or 46. I don't know. 46, 47.
Oh. Okay.
And she's just what, 4?
She's 5.
5.
So
So
about to be
13 more
6
years.
in
2
December.
more years.
Damn, it's cheaper to keep her.
Edit that out.
I know we got to edit that one out. On this podcast, on this court.
Oh my God.
Is that better? That's not better?
That's better. That's better.
Okay.
That's better.
Edit that out still. All of that.
Cheaper to teeth her.
Oh my God, to love her. Cheaper to love her.
Wow.
You know, I mean,
So what would you want? Okay, so I know I would go to your house, and of course, you know, I drink beer. So you got to go to the restroom a lot. And there was this big old ring around the
way to go.
toilet, right?
Damn.
And it was just collecting and collecting
Oh my
and collecting. And I think it moved at one time. But anyways, but the other day I went to your house and I'm like, hey, the ring's gone. And what'd you say? That
He finally cleaned it. I've been telling him, clean your restroom, clean your restroom. And it's embarrassing for me because that's a guest
Restroom.
bathroom, right? And every time I come over here, I tell them, if you want to go to mine, because I clean it all the time, right? That's my sacred thing, you know. I want to be taking a crap
and it's nice.
in a clean bathroom, you know.
And the toilet seat is warm.
It is.
You have a warming seat?
No, he's on there a lot. So I go right after him.
He went right after me, so yes. He wants the smell. Everything smells beautiful.
And I can smell the $150 perfume.
Perfume.
Parfum. Yeah, but the thing was but you said he cleaned it, and what did you tell him?
Tell them, damn, it's about time. In a funny way, not in a mean way.
Okay. I was wondering if you told him like in a bad way.
I didn't.
Oh, okay, good.
Do you want him at your
about
house?
time,
Are you
motherfucker.
okay with him being there?
I'm okay with him being there. I just wish I would have more help.
Do you feel like if you were to be more stern with him, do you feel like he'll just leave?
I don't care if he leaves. I mean,
Okay.
if you're talking about if I want him there, no, I want to be by myself. You know, want to bring hose and shit. You know,
Well, why can't you bring hoes in there?
because then I'm gonna be. I told him to be quiet and you know, because he's right there. You know.
Well, there's white noise. Put a fan on, like 3 fans on
I
there.
do put a movie really loud in the living room.
He goes, Dad, I'm right across the hall, Dad. Because he is across the hall, right?
He's across the hall?
It's across the, I mean, it's like
Okay, maybe
What,
face the
5
TV
feet,
against
5
that wall. I know it's like it's like from here and they're right here.
Okay, well, okay. So can you set boundaries for him, and also like,
Oh, like put
do you
the sock
think
on the
about
door.
charging? No, do you think about charging rent or having him pay for something? I mean,
I have like talked to him about that. And
try to
he's
get
like,
him ready
"Oh,
for the real world of paying his own bills?
times are hard right now."
How? No. Times could not be hard with $500 pair of shoes and $300 pair.
Now
of
you know
other
his. Now you know his pain.
No. Then I will take the cologne and I'll take those shoes until you can work that off. I mean, my dad. Oh, that would not fly in my dad's house. My dad would be like, "You can afford this, then you can afford that. You obviously can afford this, then you can afford that."
Well, I could say my dad was super hard. My mom was even harder, right? I don't know. You can look at everything right here, and they hit me with it, right? Including the fucking coat hangers that were wire.
Yeah, the wire.
Yeah, they hit me with that. And but they never asked me for a dime their whole entire life.
But you worked.
Yes.
What is your?
Did they have to provide for you, or you provided for yourself when you worked?
No, they would still support him.
They supported me all up until I left there.
But he was.
Which was 17.
But he was working.
I know that's what I'm saying, but did they have to buy food and all that stuff
Yeah,
for you?
my mom would cook for everybody. You know,
Okay.
like she would
What
cook
about clothes?
clothes. It would buy me clothes and everything.
And you still worked?
But my excuse, or not an excuse, but I was working for my dad
Oh, okay.
in the shop.
Yeah.
I was
So
a body man.
they knew
So
he was putting
he
in
would
his
give
time.
me a little bit of money, not
Yeah, I
as
get
much
it.
as a regular body man, but
Yeah.
because I was living with him. But I never paid him a dime, even when I was older. I mean, I tried and everything to give him money, but they're like, no. You know, like okay.
It's different if you're actively doing something to better yourself and you're making right decisions. And yes, my family was like that too. But if you're not doing anything to move your life forward or to make yourself having a better life or move toward your goals, and you're just clearly taking advantage of the situation, then something's got to change. I mean, right? I mean, that just seems reasonable. No?
So what does he say when you ask him about paying rent, or does he buy groceries at least, or?
Nope. So I'm gonna tell you what I did. I was paying for the toilet paper, for
You were
everything,
supporting him.
everything.
Yes. Yeah.
So I told him, you need to start helping me with the toilet paper, laundry, soap, and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't need you to help me. I need you to help you yourself. So you buy your own toilet paper and your own laundry, soap, and everything, you know. And he's been doing that.
Okay.
So that's how and I stopped buying groceries. I don't buy any fucking groceries. And just like,
So what does
wanna
he do?
you eat your own shit. He's always buying.
Does he buy
bringing
fast
shit
food?
in. No, he doesn't buy any food for the house. Just orders out or goes picks it up.
But if you had food in your house,
They would have eaten it, yeah.
Do you cook? Do you normally cook?
Not all the time, no.
you don't cook much because you don't want to put groceries in the fridge, or?
No, it's not that. It's just like it's a lot of work.
You're, I was just gonna say, hold on. He also orders out too.
No, I don't actually.
So what do
I
you
do
do?
pay. I do pay a girl on Facebook
But no, we're talking about food.
to make me food.
Oh.
Not that one. That's a different one. But yes, to make me food, and I pay money.
So you have a
every
food
week.
service.
She brings me meals.
That's nice. Well, there.
James is laughing at you over there.
James is like, I want to have that life when I grow up. Oh, guess what, James?
Because I was at your house the other day and you were showing me those prep foods, but it looked like it was just an entree. It was so little in there.
Which one are you talking about?
Those.
No, it's not little. It's actually pretty good.
I know. I'm like,
they
man,
It's
the portions, right?
They do it by calories.
Yeah.
Because she does that like meal preps for
Meal
like
prep, right.
bodybuilders and whatever.
Yeah.
So I just started that like last week.
Are you hungry as
I'm
soon as
on
you're done with those?
2,900 calories right now.
Okay.
So, bigger man. But
Just like that.
the other ones, shut up, James. But the other ones, you can go up to.
Yeah, you can set whatever and they will pre-portion your meals and make sure that
and
it
they
falls
charge
within
you per
that's
however
cool.
calories or whatever you want.
That's cool.
So, what would you want your son to do at home besides pay his necessities? Or is there anything else, or that was just it? Just
No, I mean, I would like him to help me pay for the mortgage, but
Okay, so
I don't want to do that right now because, he just got a kid
oh wait, what?
and he's got his girl.
Wait, okay, hold on. So he has a child.
Yes.
Does a child? And
he,
so
no, he
he's-
has a child, not had one.
He has a child.
He has a child.
That's
he
what
has.
I said. He has a child.
You say had.
He has a child, and so does he? Is he with the baby mama?
Yes.
Do
Does
they
the
live
baby
at your
mama-
house?
Yes. Well, not all the time. She comes like 3 days out of the week.
Okay.
Does he
And then
spend a
when,
night?
when they're fighting, yes. When they're fighting, she doesn't come for like 1 week or 2.
Okay, so now this is a little bit of a different story. Your son now has his baby mama and his baby living and using electricity, maybe whatever benefits of your house.
Yes.
Now there's 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're talking about your son from 1 to 3. So, I mean, how do you feel about that?
I want to help them.
Yeah,
That's my whole thing. That's what we come here for, right?
right. I
To
can see that. Help
make
better.
kids, help them grow up, and then have them
Go.
extend their little wings and get the fuck out of here, But
The fuck out of here. I like fly away, blossom.
But you're
Reach your dreams.
But
But
your
now-
guy is bringing people into your home.
now
He's
he's
not
got his
flying away. He's
girl
saying,
and his
"Come
kid,
on."
which the kid is, I love her. She's a cute little girl.
So how old is your grandbaby?
She's I think
Year and a half?
1 and some change or something like that.
Oh, so is your daughter and her? Do they?
Oh,
play?
my daughter's already a tia, so
At 5?
At
That's
5
a
years
typical
old.
Mexican family.
No, but that's cool. That because they're close in
Yeah,
age. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna grow
yeah,
up together, hopefully.
My daughter, she goes and you're like, oh my god, she's so cute. So
And you know what? And so your son has kind of got you in a you're in a no-win position because you're now a grandpa.
I'm on neutral.
Yeah, you're just
I don't-
like you're not gonna push him out because you understand, but they've got you in a very good position because they know what kind of man you are and that you're going to help them no matter what. However, are we again enabling our children not to?
Well, the thing is he
themselves.
still spending the way he used to?
Well, not right now because he hasn't worked because he had that surgery for his.
Well,
do
prior
they
to
call
the surgery, then was he still spending his usual ways?
I don't know. I don't really see anything new or stuff like that, but
So we don't know where his money's going. Does he have a good job, like a stable job?
yeah, he does a good job. He has a good job. He gets paid pretty good.
By any chance, was he at home last night around 8 or 8:30? Because I think me and James saw him at Bubba's, his car.
No, he didn't go to Baba's. He went to what is that Chinese restaurant?
Lynn's?
No.
Because we saw the car parked at Bubba's, but like at the end of Bubba's. Because I don't know, that is like a
Bubba's?
unique
Where's
car.
Bubba's?
Right across right here.
Oh,
1604.
I don't know. He goes places and he just parks there and smokes weed.
Oh, okay. So smoking weed. Okay.
Probably. I mean, I've seen
Put
him.
him on Front Street.
different
Okay.
places,
Just don't mention
You
his
see all
name.
that smoke coming out like Cheech and Chong.
Jingo.
So tell us about that time, Carlos, when you were a owner of a bar.
At what
Was that
age?
what it was? At what age did you own a bar, or you were part of
I think
something?
I was just turned 21.
Oh, 21.
Yes.
And you had your name on the liquor license and all that? Is
Yes,
that what
everything.
you-
Everything was my name.
Wow.
It was called Carlos's Cantina.
No, it was. I don't even remember what the name was.
But I like that story you said when you walked in, you ordered a drink.
Oh yes. So my uncle needed people to.
Front.
Once they close you down, you can't get another bar for a few years or what. I don't know how many years.
Right.
So my brother and I were at the age. So my brother got one, and uncle then got me once I turned 21. And he's like, okay, then, I got a bar, and everything was under my name, right?
Nice.
So, and they were right next to each other, both bars.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
2 bars?
Oh, at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yes.
Nice.
So the main one that gave the most money was under my brother's name, right? And then the other one was under my name. And that one would just go all the old people and the locals, and and they just sit there. They didn't have live music or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? Let me go over there and chill for a little bit, right? I mean, I was 21 and I didn't even want to be there, right?
But you walked in.
I walked in. I'm like, oh, let me get a beer. And I asked the girl, hey, can you give me a beer? Miller Lite or whatever. I grabbed one, and then I just walked away. And they're like, hey, it's $7 or whatever, right? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
You don't know who I am.
Yeah. Basically, I didn't say that like that arrogant, right? But
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, you see that name right there? And then I show her my license, and she was like,
But you weren't arrogant, right?
no.
But you weren't arrogant.
You might as well have said, do you know who I am?
I just said like, just keep them calm, girl. No, I didn't say that. Not arrogantly like that.
But I was confident.
But she was like, okay.
Okay.
But
But why
that
did
was
they close
that
the
was a
bars?
pretty cool feeling, though.
That's a cool
Oh, I would
flex.
love that feeling. I
Yeah.
want to do that. I know go in a bar, but don't tell nobody I own it and then walk in
Yeah.
and then throw me out.
And like, I don't have to pay shit. I don't have to pay
Oh,
shit.
fucking bloody nose and shit outside. What happened to you? I thought that was your bar. It
It
is.
is my bar.
is.
They kicked me out of my bar.
But yeah,
So why did they close the bars with your uncle?
because of fights and
Oh.
stabbings and killings and
Oh, just,
At the bar?
well, outside the bar.
outside.
Oh yeah, outside the bar. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, that would do it.
But the one I owned, it was because it wasn't giving that much money.
Oh, okay. So maybe if you would have
after-
taken an active role in your bar
And not drink all the beers for free, right?
not drink the profits. I mean, that would have been good. I mean, just
And this was in Mexico?
No, that was in California.
Oh, in California. Gotcha.
why does everything have to be in Mexico?
I know. I'm trying to follow
I know,
along
that's
here.
racist.
Really?
I mean,
Because
why
you said you
does-
were in Mexico.
You asked him. It was just one question.
I was there until I was 17, and that's it.
Oh, that's right. Because you said you're 21. I'm sorry. I don't
I was
memorize
born
everything.
in California. Then my parents moved back to Mexico
Well, why did they move back?
because my dad doesn't like it here,
Oh,
or
okay.
didn't like it.
Work? Trying to get work?
No, he just doesn't like how people
Obama
act here
was
or
back
whatever.
then, probably.
Obama. It was like Ronald Reagan or whatever
Ah,
shit.
damn, shit.
Damn,
Oh,
you're
you're
old.
40 something. Yeah. Bill Clinton, probably.
Clinton, yeah. Clinton
Yeah.
was, I think, after I came back, like in the 90s.
So, and why did you come back to the U.S.
What, the first time or the second time?
second time?
Well, because, I don't know. I was here for like a year or so
No, why'd you come back to the U.S.?
because I wanted to come back. I wanted to see what it was like. I never,
As an adult.
They took me away when I was a kid, so I don't know. Everything you see in the movies and shit, I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me
Let me see for myself.
sell.
So you
Yeah.
went to Hollywood.
I did.
You went to
I
Hollywood.
did.
You did?
After a long time, though, not right
Oh,
away.
like, wow. I
So
was
when
just
you
kidding.
came back to the U.S., where did you move?
To Oxnard, California.
Up north. Right? Is it northern?
No, it's Southern California.
Southern California,
It's by LA. It's like an hour from LA
Got you.
north.
Okay. And how long did you stay in California before you moved to Texas?
Oh, well, actually not long, because maybe like 5-6 years, and then I joined the military
Okay.
and moved to Washington State.
Oh, okay.
I was there for a bunch of years, and
How'd you like Washington?
it was good. Not being in the military, but it was a good place. Because in the military, they make you do things that
What do you mean?
you don't enjoy
Like,
while it's cold or too hot, or
oh, okay.
Thought I was
Okay.
going-
I was like, what? What's
going down
going
a
on?
different route.
Like undercover shit? Like CIA stuff or something?
some of that stuff too. But
Oh, yeah. So, but Did you enjoy California? Did you enjoy living there when you came back? I mean, because you said you were there for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun. You could say that.
Is that when you got your GED and you were getting your shit
GED, I went
together
to
and all
school
that?
and everything, yeah.
And what made you go into the military?
I don't know. I always wanted to be, even when I was a kid, I wanted to be a soldier and this and that. And
Really?
I went to the recruiter when I was, before I had my GED, right? I was like 18, 19, 20. I don't even remember, one of those. And the guy's like, oh yeah, man, yeah, we got this and that. And then like, all right, we need a high school diploma and a GED. I'm like, well, I don't have any of that.
Yeah.
He's like,
Esa chingado.
Do they help you with that? Do they help set you
No.
up or no?
No, they're just like, come back when you got a high school diploma or GED. I'm like, fuck. So it took me maybe a year or so, almost 2, to get my GED. And I went back, and it was the same recruiter there still.
Oh, cool.
So it wasn't that long because
Yeah, he
they
was
don't
still there.
usually last that long. You know,
They're
they
posts,
rotate 'em.
right?
So
Was it Gary?
no,
Gary was a recruiter?
no, not Gary.
Oh, okay.
It's a Mexican guy.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, after I got my GED, he's like, yeah, well, sign here.
Nice. All right.
And
I
then-
did my ASVAB test and everything, and he's like, you got 2 options: artillery or infantry. What you want?
See that,
Because I
Sandra?
pretty much
Infantry.
sucked it.
Wait, so you were in the army?
Yes,
Oh,
I was infantry. I went to Iraq.
Wait. But why did you go to infantry?
Well-
Because you scored low?
Yes.
why do you have to? Why is that like a? Why do you got to put him out in front of the street like that?
He said it.
No. It's.
I mean,
It was, but the
I'm going because of what you said about the guy who's a paratroop infantry.
no. But it's not just because of that. You can choose.
you can
to do that.
choose. Yes, you can choose.
But me, I didn't study. I didn't even know I was supposed to take a test. So I didn't study, and they gave me the option to join the army. I just wanted to get my
Oh, it's like
feet in there.
because it's a test to see what you're good at, so they can place you, right, or
But,
give you options.
People have chances to go study and do this and do that.
Right,
and, you know,
right.
But I'm like, let's just take it right now.
Because I joined the Green Berets when I was 22.
Yeah, okay.
Bullshit. That is bullshit.
I even taught Ronan everything he knows and all
Oh
that.
yeah, sure you do.
Bullshit. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Sean Ryan, I had to teach him some stuff. too.
Shut up.
But in my mind, when I was a kid, the things I did in the military is the things I was always dreaming of, and what is it called? The fantasizing about, you know, like a real
Like you wanted to do
soldier,
Yeah.
not being in an office or being this and then that.
So you wanted to be out in
I
the field.
blew up grenades. I blew up AT-4s. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's anti-tank, you know, rockets.
Yeah.
I threw out 2 or 3 grenades, and you know.
So you were like, so when you were training, you were like
getting
being a
shot
kid.
at.
So you're like being a kid when you were in
Yes.
training. You're like, I love this shit.
Yes, I love it. I mean, I was in the best shape of my life, you know.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that shit was
Nice.
pretty good.
So did you meet Shrek at that time?
Who the hell is Shrek? Is that your alter ego?
No, some military guy.
Oh.
No, I mean, I got in trouble a lot because my mentality wasn't serious, you know, like you would think you see a soldier and
So would you say like you were more living in your fantasy versus reality?
no, not about that. It's about everything was fun to me, you
Yeah.
know, like I was fun.
Yeah.
Not as
You was having
serious
too much
as-
of a good time.
That's
Yeah.
what they wanted you to be.
Oh,
so I got
okay.
in trouble a lot for smiling at the drill sergeant, and you know, I was
You're like, I love this shit. Keep it going.
yeah.
When can we go blow more stuff up?
I was one of those guys that
Yeah.
were like 0, 0, 0, and pushing, you know, pushing.
Yeah.
And like I'm not pushing myself out. I'm pushing the earth down, you know.
Yeah.
So I got in trouble a lot for that,
For
right?
being over enthusiastic.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
But I made it, and
Yeah.
I'm proud of it. You know, I'm not.
How long were you
Complain.
in the service?
Well, I was supposed to do 4 years. Almost did 5 because I got stop loss because we were in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
But I did total with the reserve and everything about 8 years.
Gotcha. Okay. That's good. And that's something that you're proud of, right? Like that.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to do, and I did it, and
You accomplished
I
it.
don't regret it. I didn't re-enlist because nobody wanted me to re-enlist. After I came back from Iraq,
Who is nobody?
my mom, my wife, my first ex-wife.
My first
Wait,
ex-wife.
hold on. We have firsts.
Yeah, first,
said,
second.
"Oh, we had a-
first
How
and
many?
second.
You have 2 ex-wives.
Yes.
Okay, got you.
Sanders, I'm learning so much
I
today.
know I'm learning so much. I didn't even know you had a 23-year-old son.
No,
I only thought you had a little one.
no.
I was like, damn.
He's all day.
So I get what you're saying about the whole, like, you're paying child support for, like, a long time.
Your face like,
Yeah.
God damn.
So yes, I started child support in like 2003 or 4, something like that, and I'm still paying.
Well, I remember that this one time when we were working, we worked together, and James, I met you, and you're like, oh, I got I think a 10 or 12-year-old, and I got a 1-year-old. You're like, you're starting all over again.
I know I was making fun of him.
Yeah, I say
He
the story
just had
so
James.
many
He
times.
just had James.
Oh, and then
He
boom.
goes,
And I'm
"'Cause
like,
you're starting all over." He goes, "Yeah, you sucker." Like,
Wow, karma hit you really good, didn't it?
mm-hmm.
Damn. Well, you know.
Well, he likes his karma. Screw it.
Yeah, I do. I love her. I love my daughter.
But she's a bug person.
She's a what
She's
person?
a bug person.
What do
She
you mean?
loves bugs.
Does she?
Bugs. Everything bugs. I think he taught her to be like that, right? You told me you taught her to be like
Yeah,
that.
I've been trying to teach her not to be scared.
Oh,
and-
scared of bugs. Yeah.
or the dark. Like even my cousin. One time we were barbecuing, right? And I had the back door open that goes to the creek.
Yes.
The creek.
Yes.
Sounds like.
I don't have anything. I have a green belt back there.
Oh, okay, got you. Oh, you're bite like him. The green belt.
Yeah. He doesn't have any. He's got nothing but neighbors. But
yeah.
But no, I opened my backyard and it's nothing. It's just.
Mm-hmm.
So we were out there and we were with the flashlight and stuff, and then we came back in and she stayed out there, right? In the dark, pitch black. There's nothing. There's no
With
light.
no flashlight or anything?
No. And I mean, she can see the lights from my floodlights.
Yeah.
But my cousin is like, that was creepy. I'm like, why? He's like, because Scarlett would come out and smile, and we cross the door, and in the dark, in pitch black, you can just barely see her.
Yeah. Girl, that's my girl.
She's like, why is that kid not scared of the dark?
No,
Like,
but that's good. That's good.
so
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I want to make her.
So you're
She
now
can
you
enjoy
have
things.
you didn't get this kind of influence when your first child was young, so now you have this influence on her, right?
I wasn't there.
Right. So now, but what I'm saying is now you have this influence on your daughter, which is it's fun because you get to implement some of what you want her to learn, and I think that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, my son, it was hard because I was in California, then I joined the military, and then his mom got pregnant,
Yeah.
and I left. I left to Washington, and then I went to Georgia for training, and I didn't come back to California. I stayed in Washington for a long time, and then I moved to Texas for some reason.
Was the worst mistake of your life?
Probably. No, because now I got my little girl.
Oh, that's right. But it's funny because you sent her a video of the lizards.
Yeah.
That I don't like lizards
You don't
Yeah,
like
James-
lizards? What's wrong with you?
because of
Tripping,
Grandpa's
yeah.
house.
Every
All
time.
those lizards. Well, you weren't there, but those lizards would jump on us. We would go on the side of the house.
They do. They attack
They
you.
jump all the time. Okay,
I mean, they
jump.
don't do anything.
And it was just one or two. It was a lot of them because they were on those water cooler air conditions. And we would pass by there and like, I was So now I got a fear of those. But he showed her a video of how they were there, and
She was like, "Oh my God, I love it! Why didn't you grab it and bring it to me?" I was like, "What?"
bring it to me.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
She keeps telling me to get a gecko and all that from PetSmart. Like
Oh, she wants like
Wow.
a
Something like that.
terrarium, like yeah.
I wouldn't go to your house anymore.
That's
Oh my God, it'd be in
that's
a.
a thing that she keeps every time we go PetSmart.
What do you
Let's go
call
get a
those
gecko.
people
Let's
that
go
like
get
the bugs? The
you could keep that at her mom's house, right?
Or something.
No.
She does not like bugs or anything like that.
I love it because I can just see your daughter. Look, mommy, your ex is like.
Oh, you know
that.
what's funny? When I used to live at the lake, we used to let the cats out, right, in the country, because I had 5 acres and all that.
Oh, they bring back stuff,
Then we
right?
bring back lizards, and then you're sleeping, and you wake up, and there's a dead lizard with a neck popped up and shit, like all bleeding on you. And then you wake up, and she was like, because they would put it in your chest, because it's a reward that they're trying to give you. Yeah.
Here, eat it.
Yeah.
Here's my tribute.
And then if you just throw it away or whatever, they go over there and you can hear the cracking the head and everything, crunches, and they eat it. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's what animals supposed to do, right?
That's what they do, but don't bring it on my chest. That's good.
Just drop it on there.
Because they're meowing, meowing, and then you're like, okay, get out, right? And you leave the door cracked or whatever, and then they come back, big ass lizard, and that was big out there. It was big. The ones that have like spikes, like look like
Oh my
dragons.
God.
Like
Where were you at?
At Medina Lake.
Oh, probably because that water,
And then you get those big tarantulas and everything out there too. It's beautiful out there though.
I'm good.
You don't like tarantulas either?
No, tarantulas, no. I'm good.
Tarantulas.
Who likes tarantulas?
I mean,
They don't bite. They don't do anything.
You don't have to
Why
be
would you be
you
scared
don't have to
of
be
them?
a puss about them. Just don't.
Like I said before, look
So,
how
Sandra,
big you
you're
are
going to have the
compared to a
tarantulas all over
tarantula.
you.
I lived.
I
okay,
don't
you don't
like them
remember.
all over me, but
I had scorpions.
I wouldn't
Okay.
mind.
You had scorpions?
So when I lived in Rio Medina with my kids, there was a bunch of scorpions outside, and so they were come in. So we'd have to be careful. So one day, I was in my bed for the grace of God. My eyes opened, and I was sleeping facing the other side of the bed, and on that pillow there was a scorpion there.
Hi.
So I gently backed out of the bed. I went around the other side, and I told my boyfriend at the time, "Hey, just be careful. Don't move too fast. There's a scorpion right behind you." He gets out of bed, and it's on the pillow, and he puts it on the floor and he kills it. But that was one time. The second time I was in my closet, I put on a tank top or something. I felt like something was itchy, and I went like this. It was a scorpion in my tank top. So I pulled the tank top like far as I could, and I called for Alex, "Get me scissors. Get me scissors." And he's like, "Oh my God, get me scissors." I go cut the tank top thing.
Yeah.
And then I go, "Now cut the side of it here, whatever, cut it down so I can take it off." I'm like, so yeah.
Cut the what?
I had to pull the tank top strings.
To cut the tank top.
Cut the strings and then cut the side of the tank top all the way down the side so I can.
Cut your clothes to get rid of that scorpion.
Yes, I wasn't gonna put it over my head again. Are you crazy?
No, but why didn't you just go like that?
Because it was in the middle. It was right here in the middle of my shirt, so I had to pull it off.
Why didn't you just grab it and throw it?
Because it could
from the tail.
sting.
Oh, no.
Because I'm not.
No.
No, I'm not.
Because we're not crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. So I never got stung by a scorpion. Even when we lived in Castroville, there were scorpions everywhere too over there. I never got stung by a scorpion. So yeah.
Because it's funny because we always had scorpions here.
Really?
Well, every time when they had the ranch here behind us,
Oh yeah.
then they got rid of the ranch and they started paving up for the
that's when
crosswalk.
everything-
That's when all the scorpions came over here. And we had scorpions for years here. And once in a while, we'll still find one.
Yeah.
I think Dora got stung by scorpions several times in her back. Brianna on her foot, I think she got.
My mom got stung by it in her foot in Castroville.
I've never been stung by a scorpion. Oh,
Do you
even
ever
though
see them at your house?
I've been fucking, yeah. Well, not at this house. I haven't
In
seen
Medina?
any. In Medina, yes. There was a lot. And even those big centipedes like this long.
Yeah.
No, centipedes we haven't got.
We
The
had
scorpions
snake,
we
we had
get.
snake out there too,
Well,
but
they
our
come
neighbor,
redheads,
all I
so-
heard of the neighbor, and he killed it with the gun. And he's like,
With the gun.
With a gun?
he shot
Why?
the snake. It was
Oh,
a
a snake.
rattlesnake. Yeah.
Oh, raw snake. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, "I got it." I'm like, "Thanks, neighbor." He was in my yard or whatever. I'm like, "Okay, thank you. Thank you for getting that."
Thanks,
right."
neighbor. You got me too.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think we went down a wormhole. 'Cause-
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button.
Subscribe.
And thank you, Carlos
Yes,
and
sir.
Sandra.
Yes. All right. We'll see you. Bye.
We'll see you guys. Take care.